So here we've got Dreamweaver CS5.5, and before I get started with the layout that you can see here, and I have everything turned on, so it's quite a busy screen. We know that that there are people coming new to the HTML authoring, and I've got to be honest, authoring with HTML5 is so much easier because semantically it's easier to process what you're doing. We have built our starter layouts, and we now have HTML5 starter layouts, which come in and are documented and annotated so our users can come to grips with editing HTML. It conforms to best practice, it uses compliant W3C CSS. So Dreamweaver is not just for people who are already editing in HTML and wanting an HTML5 editor, it's also for anybody who is wanting to get started. So we try to make it as approachable as possible, and we normally would do that by not having everything turned on that I can show you here. But the benefit of HTML5 is obvious when I'll show you this page here. And at the moment, of course, Dreamweaver has the WebKit rendering engine built in, and at the moment I'm showing you in the actual layout view. But if you have a look at this piece here, I'll turn on the live view, and this is one of the benefits of designing in Dreamweaver. I don't have to save the code, go out Firefox, refresh the page, have a look, come back, and I can do it all in the one IDE. I'll turn on live view, and you'll see that here are some of the new features of HTML5. This is not a graphic. Okay, it's rotated live text with border radius. Over here we have transparency. Again, these are not graphics, it's still live text, and the ability to have these sort of HTML5 characteristics without having to go out to a graphic editing tool is one of the reasons why people are interested in HTML5. So what does Dreamweaver bring to enable us to do that? Well, I'll show you the example here, and again I could do this with a text editor, but working in a visual environment just makes it easier to do that iteration of testing it out, seeing whether I like it, and then going with it. So I'm going to select this container here, and you can see at the moment it has square corners. I'll just simply add the property, and I can type in border radius, but I'll look through it here. So we do contain all the HTML5 tags that I require. I'll select border radius, and I can type in the border radius I want, but we also have an interface. Remember, Dreamweaver is pitched to both people who are comfortable with code, but also people who would like to visually design websites. So we have the interface for this, so I'm going to take that up. It's a simple matter of that. Press return, let me turn on live view, and you can see that now I have round corners there on my text frame, which previously was such a nightmare or a hassle to do. Again, that's all very well, but border radius is an HTML5 tag that has to be, let me show it to you, that is all very well to write border radius here. That's the HTML5 spec, but you need to have the other tags for the WebKit, the Mozilla, and so on. So again, if we're writing this and we type, if we type web, actually I'll do it the other way. So I'll type dash moz, okay? So for the Mozilla, I can do that, and then go border radius, and so I put in the correct tag for the Mozilla browsers and so on. So if you are a coder, we have code completion for not only HTML5, but code completion for having to put in the Moz, the WebKit, and the Opera tags as well. Okay, so let's just go back and I'll have a look at the actual source code. Similar sort of thing for something like HTML5 with transparency, or I'll just do the same one back down here. Working with this, we have over here the color tag, but now we're able to move it from just RGB color format to RGBA, the A being the alpha channel, and then when I do RGBA, as you can see up there, I'll make it white, but that last value, instead of being 0.1, I'll make that 0.5, okay, and I should refresh, go to live view, and scrub over there, and I would get transparency happening in there in the same way that you can see it coming in through here. So simple matter of just having a value in that RGB. The last thing, of course, that everybody asks for is video, and of course if we have a file here, we just drag and drop the video in there, and as you can see down here, we have, at the moment it's a poster, but for video it's fully compliant with the HTML5 spec of just placing the video in there, H.264, and play it, and the video tag is fully supported. That's a brief look at Dreamweaver.